Hey everyone, how you doing? Todd Chun here with TC Deals Detroit. I'm here today. I'm going to tell you and kind of tell you how I take a lead. Okay, when I'm calling somebody or someone's calling off a sign or something like that, and just what I say, the cold call lead or the warm call lead, something like that. Um, so it's really basic, really simple when you're talking to a customer. If I'm calling someone, a lot of times I might have their name, their address, their phone number. It might be off, let's say, an absentee list. What that means is the person lives in Colorado and they have a property here in Detroit, Michigan. All right, because in Colorado it might cost $400,000 for a rental property. In Detroit, Michigan, it might cost $30,000 for a rental property. So you can see why they might come over here. So absentee. So if I'm calling, let's say I'm calling Judy Jones. Okay, I dial the number and she answers the phone or someone answers the phone. I go, oh, hi, ma'am. How you doing? My name's Todd. I'm calling regarding your property on Burt Road. And the reason for my call is I'm looking to buy another property in the next 30 to 60 days. I was just trying to reach out to you to see if you're interested in a fair cash offer for your property. Okay. And then I be quiet, what I don't do, and a lot of people do this, and some people are successful with it. I'm not. When I say, "Oh, hi, is Judy there?" They're gonna say, "Who's this? Why are you calling me?" They have no idea who I am. So if I say, "Hi, ma'am, how you doing? My name's Todd. I'm calling regarding your property on Burt Road, and the reason for my call is I'm looking to buy another property in the next 30 to 60 days. We're still buying even though during COVID, and I was just reaching out to see if you're interested in how can I get a cash offer over to you." Okay? So she's listening to me the whole way. I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to be nice, and whatever she says from there. If she says, "How'd you get my number?" There's like 10 different. I think it's six different things that she's gonna that they're gonna ask you. And we're gonna go over that. We'll do that next. Okay. But anyways, how do you get my number, or this, or yes, how much can you offer me? That's a very common one there. And as soon as someone says that, say, you know what? Let me ask you a few questions if I may, and I'll see what I could do to make you happy. And then I just get into the conversation. I ask a few things about the house, Google, Real Comp. I could find everything I want about this house without even asking. But I'm trying to build rapport with her, trying to be nice. I'm trying to get her to like me and things like that. So I'm going to ask her, like, the property there on Burt Road, is it a 2 bedroom, 3 or 4 bedroom house? And then I let her tell me. And do you have a tenant in the property right now, or is it vacant? Are you living there? Even though I know she doesn't live there. But anyway, and she's giving me these answers. I'm asking if there's a tenant there. I would ask how much are they paying? Are they good tenants? How much are they paying per month? Do they want to stay? Are you having any problems with them? I'm trying to find that pain point, why she might want to sell. And there's a few things, there's four things that you always are trying to figure out when you're making the lead. One is the price they want for the house. Two is the price, their timeline to sell, how fast do they want to sell, and the condition of the property, and then their motivation. Those are four things that you definitely want to figure out when you're making a lead. Okay, if they don't want to sell but 6 months down the road, that's not going to be a good lead. If they're going to tell you the condition of the house. Is there anything wrong with the house that I might need to know about? A house could be in good shape. It's okay, because and when they always ask me they might ask you, how much can you pay for my house? And I say, well, what I got to do is I got to come out and take a look at the house. We're real estate investors, and we're not going to pay top dollar for the house, but you could list it with a real estate agent, they're gonna have commission, someone's gonna have to get approved to buy it, and it could be a little crazy, which is fine. I could help you with that also. But if you want, to close fast, if you want cash, close fast, that's what I do. And so we'll get into that more also, later. But and the reason why a lot of people might want the cash fast, there's a lot of different reasons. Divorce, non-paying tenant, right? They might have lost a job, they owe taxes, the house needs a lot of work, so there's a lot of different reasons why they might want to sell. And your job is to try to figure out what that motivation is and to keep on that a little bit. You don't want to throw it in their face, but you always go back to that. You're always bringing that back. Well, look, if I'm able to close fast, you won't have to worry about the taxes and the city and dealing with this and that, or someone, if the house is empty, they might break in and steal the furnace and things like that. So that's really, so after I asked a few things about the house, and then the next step is, I always say, like, let's say I go, how many bedrooms do you have? How many the tenants? And I talk to them. Once you're talking to someone and they're talking about a different subject, or they're talking about whatever, if they want to tell you the story of how they bought this house or whatever, just shut up and listen. The more they talk, the more they're going to like you, they're going to trust you, and you don't ever try to over talk them. Definitely not, okay? And so once I get all that information, and then the next step is, what I always do is I say, what were you looking to get for the house? And then I'm quiet, because I want them to tell me. I gotta hear it, right? If they're telling me $50,000, and I know, I had one the other day, she wanted $50,000. It came off a bandit sign. And I just told her, I said, have you ever thought about listing it with a real estate agent? I don't know if they could even sell it for that amount of money. It all depends on the condition. A lot of lenders don't want to do loans at $50,000. They want them at 75 or 100. And then I kind of, you still got to pay real estate commissions and things like that. You're not going to get $50,000. It might take longer. You have to go through an appraisal, and there's a lot of things, but it's definitely an option. If you need $50,000, I 100% understand. I'm a real estate investor. Usually we're paying anywhere from 70 to 80% of what the value is minus the repairs. And I don't know what the condition of the house is, but usually, and this is exactly what I told her. I said, usually, I'll be honest with you, I know the area really, really well, and we're probably going to be around 22, 23,000, right in that ballpark. Is that something you would consider? And then I'd be quiet again. And she said, you know what? Can you come out and look at my house? All right. So I already got her down from 50 to that. She knows where I'm going to be at. Okay. And I actually ran the appointment today, and it's going to be less than that. It's going to be less than that. But anyway, so, and then I always end the conversation once I get the price out of them. Okay. And then the next step would be the appointment. I said, well, what I would like to do is, so I could figure out exactly what I could do for you, is make an appointment and to come out and look at the house. And it doesn't take long, doesn't cost anything, probably take me about 10 minutes. And just got to look through the house, and then I could see what I could do for you. And if they're out of state, then we got to figure out the dynamics of how I'm going to get into this house. If they got a tenant in there, they might have relatives here that could meet me there. If they have a tenant, I can always go in as an appraiser, as part of the property manager, the insurance guy, things in that nature, okay? And then I don't mention anything to the tenant at all. I respect what the owner wants me to be when I'm there. And I just say, I let them know. I tell the owner that I just need to take pictures I need to look at the furnace and the windows and the electrical box. That's the whole house. Our windows are throughout the house, and I got to look at the plumbing. So that's what I do. I take 100 pictures. The more pictures, you got to take a really nice photo of the front of the house, take pictures of everything, good and bad. That especially because when you, which is another subject, but when you are pitching the deal or trying to send it out to your buyers, you want them to know everything about the house. Okay, so I take pictures of everything and take pictures of the block, everything. Okay, so that way you'll have, trust me, the more pictures you have, the easier you're going to sell it. All right, you want an investor to look at that deal and be able to determine if they want it through, because they looked at the pictures and they just got to walk through to make sure there's nothing major, things like that. Don't hide anything because it's just not going to sell then, right? But then what, especially someone, if I'm with the customer there, then 50% of the time I'm going to pitch the deal right there. Okay. I'm going to go through the house with them and we're going to go through everything. Went through one today. I said, oh yeah, this is nice. All right, you got wood floors. Oh, the carpet in the bedrooms, there's wood floors under there. They say, yes, of course. I said, let me look at the windows. I look at the windows. Oh, you got vinyl windows. That's nice. Anything wrong with the plumbing in the bathroom, we look at that. If the house is messed up, you go over a few things that might be messed up. It looks like, the kitchen, we're going to have to replace the kitchen. You might even ask them, have you got any quotes on the kitchen? Do you have any idea what do you think? And then you just ask them in a normal conversation, what do you think a kitchen would cost if you were going to replace your kitchen? You hope they say a high number and you stick with that number, right? If they say $1,000, you say, ooh, who do you use? I might want to use them, right? Because for me, I've been doing this a long time. It's probably going to be about $3,000-$4,000 or $5,000-$6,000, whatever it might be. If it needs a roof, you can ask them, have you got any quotes on the roofs recently? And they might tell you, yeah, the guy down the street said 6,000. Say, yeah, he's probably right. It's probably about 6,000, as long as there's only one layer, not two layers. If you don't have to redeck it and things like that. And if you get a chance to go into the attic, you could look, and if you have to redeck it, you could show it to them and say, see this right here? When this comes off, all these wood shakes are going to come off, and we're going to have to redeck it. All right? Do I know what I'm talking about? Not really, but I kind of do. So, and I kind of try to teach them a few things. They might teach me a few things. And you look at a furnace and you see the air conditioned central air thing coming out in the basement, out the wall. You can always point that out to them. Oh, you have central air, don't you? And they're going to say, yeah. I say, oh, that's awesome. I can see the pipe there. You act like you're showing that you kind of, you always look at the basement walls. I learned the hard way. Look at every basement wall, definitely. Make sure it's not bowing, it's not moving, there's no cracks, see if there's any water coming in, things like that. So you're going through this, it's all a process. You're talking to the seller, and then and you're trying to get her your funnel, you're putting her into a funnel to see what you're seeing and to get it under contract. All right, thanks guys.